Reggie didn't call the tow company right away. He told himself to give her one last chance. Maybe, just maybe, Blythe would realize she'd pushed too far. But if she thought she had won the right to his driveway, he knew it would never stop. For 3 days, her Lexus stayed away. He allowed himself to hope. Then on the 4th day, he came home from school to find it there again. Same shiny silver paint. Same arrogant angle across the concrete, as if she had measured how far she could block without touching his garage door. This time, Reggie didn't knock. He walked inside, dropped his work bag on the counter, and made the call. "Lakeland Towing, how can I help you?" A man's voice answered. "Yes," Reggie said, his voice steady. "I need a vehicle removed from my driveway. It's not mine and it's parked without permission." They asked for the address, the make and model, and whether it was blocking the street. "No," Reggie said. "It's just blocking me from using my own driveway." "We can have a truck there in about 30 minutes, the man replied. Reggie hung up, pulled a chair up to the window, and waited. When the tow truck pulled in, it was like watching justice roll down the street. The driver hopped out, hooked up the Lexus with practiced ease, and drove away without so much as knocking on Blythe's door. 15 minutes later, he heard her. The sound of high heels clacking across her driveway. The sharp intake of breath. When she saw the empty space where her car had been. Then, pounding on his door, Reggie opened it slowly. "Where is my car?" she demanded, eyes wide, voice already rising. "It was in my driveway," he said simply. "I had it towed." "You can't do that." "I can," he said. "And I did. You can pick it up at the impound lot. They'll tell you the fee." "This is harassment," she shouted. "We're neighbors." "This is property," Reggie said, pointing at the concrete. "My property. Don't park here again." She stormed off, muttering under her breath. For the rest of the evening, Reggie kept expecting the HOA to call, or a police officer to knock on his door. But no one came. For a few days, the driveway stayed clear. Reggie thought maybe she had learned her lesson. He was wrong. The following week, on a Saturday morning, Reggie was sipping coffee and reading the news when he heard the rumble of a familiar engine. He peeked out the blinds. There it was, the Lexus. Back in his driveway like nothing had happened. This time, she didn't even bother knocking or waving. She got out, sunglasses on, and strutted to her front door. Reggie shook his head and reached for the phone. The tow truck arrived faster this time. The driver even grinned. "Same car as last week?" "Yep," Reggie said. By the time Blythe noticed, the Lexus was halfway down the street, chained to the back of the truck. She ran after it, yelling, but the driver didn't stop. Then she turned on Reggie. "You are unbelievable!" she screamed. "You were warned," he said, keeping his voice calm. "You're making enemies in this neighborhood," she snapped. "I'd rather have enemies than lose my driveway," he replied. Word spread fast. By Monday, the whole street knew about the driveway war. Neighbors whispered about it while walking their dogs. Reggie overheard someone at the mailbox say, "I mean, good for him. She's been parking wherever she wants for years." A couple of people even knocked on his door to say they were on his side. One older man, 2 houses down, admitted Blythe had once parked in his driveway during a dinner party and refused to move until she was ready to leave. Blythe, for her part, didn't apologize. Instead, she began a quiet campaign of pettiness. She started watering her front lawn right at the edge of Reggie's, letting the sprinkler spray over into his flower beds. She put her trash cans directly on the property line, making it harder for him to set out his own. Once, she even parked so close to his driveway entrance on the street that he had to angle carefully to get out without hitting her bumper. Reggie documented everything. Photos, dates, times. If this turned into a legal fight, he wanted to be ready. One Friday evening, there was a knock at his door. It wasn't Blythe. It was an HOA board member, a man named Carl with a friendly smile and a clipboard. "Hey, Reggie," Carl began. I wanted to talk to you about the towing. Sure, Reggie said cautiously. Some folks are saying it's causing tension on the street. Maybe you could, I don't know, let it slide? Reggie raised an eyebrow. Carl, if someone parked in your driveway without asking, would you let it slide? Carl hesitated. Well, no, but... Exactly, Reggie said. This isn't about tension. It's about respect. Carl left without pressing further.